What is up, everybody? Welcome to Unplugged with Tyler Winters and John Pearman. John Pearman is here. Tyler Winters is here because that's me. John, this is our first show back in about a month. So a lot has kind of happened within the last month. We'll just kind of be as open as possible here. Basically, what happened was there was a death in my family, and so we kind of had to be there for the family. There was a lot going on, a lot of uncertainty. Things just happened so quick. Also, just needed a mental break. I just needed to be with the family. That's the only thing that mattered during that time. So I needed a mental break.
Still the only thing that matters now too. But.
Sure, right. But everything that comes with an important person in your family dying, like the grief and all that, we just had to work through that. And the podcast was definitely not on my mind. Music was not on my mind. None of that. You just kind of realize what's important in life when something like that happens. So yeah, I needed a break, needed a mental break. So we took one. John, you were also busy. You said that, what? You were on the, what'd you say?
I was actually on the Trump trial. I got selected to the jury, so that's where I was.
Yeah, so sounded like that was quite the shit show.
Yeah. Guilty on all charges.
Yeah.
I argued as much as I could for
Trump,
our fearless leader, but still came out guilty.
Yeah. Well, sometimes facts are facts, but we are back. We may not be as consistent coming back. John's got a vacation.
It's the summertime,
It's the summertime. Also, the other thing too, last week we went on vacation. So there's just a lot that was going on for us
busy
in the last 4 weeks or so. So we just got back from Disney. We had a great time there. And now John's going on vacation in a few days. So we probably will not be releasing an episode next week, most likely. So just heads up there. But maybe after John gets back, we'll start, knocking these things out here and there. So yeah, we'll kind of see. But we're back, and we've got some things to talk about. First of all, John, just a few minutes ago, Emily and I were talking. So for a little context for the listeners,
and for me.
And for you, I grew up Catholic, a baptized Catholic, and went to Mass and all that sort of thing. Since Marian...
Did you serve?
What's that?
Were you a server?
An altar boy?
Yeah, a little dirty altar boy.
I did that.
You were.
But
I was
since
a little dirty altar boy too.
Since being with Emily, I've gone to Lutheran churches because Emily's Lutheran, and for whatever, I just consider myself a Christian at this point. We're not going to just keep talking about religion or anything like that, but I'll get to the point. So I was thinking while we were preparing dinner, I was like, for whatever reason, I heard Emily humming something, and it sounded like one of those Lutheran songs or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I was like, do you like Lutheran songs, like church songs? And she's like, yeah, some of them are okay. Because she's like, do you? I said, no, I don't like any of them. I said, now I make fun of the Catholics and stuff all the time.
Oh yeah, bad music there,
dude. No, I was saying bangers of songs in Catholic Mass, dude. On Eagle's Wings, banger.
I mean,
banger.
I hate, the only thing I hate more is like the churches that try to be cool and have like contemporary music.
Yeah,
that's even worse.
So yeah, where we go, there is like a contemporary service, and it's okay for like to break away from it. If they're gonna do it though, and our church doesn't do it, I prefer to have some distorted guitars in there, at least rock it up a little bit more. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Electric acoustic guitars,
almost kind of cheesy, I know. But dude, the only thing I could think of is, when it comes to the, Catholic songs, just like priests and altar boys, they're banging, man. That's how I feel. And I can say that because I'm a baptized Catholic. So any Catholics listening, come on.
You've been initiated? Is that what you're trying to say?
I can make fun of my own people. But anyways, I was wondering what you thought. If you don't like what we grew up on.
Nope.
Okay.
Give me some of that.
That's surprising.
Southern gospel. I'll listen to that shit all day.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's, you're into the jazz stuff.
I want to dance.
Let the Lord take you.
Yep. I get the spirit inside me and I just go.
Just get the spirit inside you. Yep. All right. So let's move on from religion, John, because that's not what the show's about. But, hey, music related at least. All right. So first up on the agenda, John and I like to gloat when we get things right. Okay. Mm-hmm. One of the things that I came across, I think it was last week, and I saved the email because it comes from the Morning Brew. For those unfamiliar, the Morning Brew is an email subscription. It's free. What they do is it's a daily newsletter, and it just kind of summarizes what's in the news and pretty much just keeps you informed. Super simple. It's kind of like our newsletter that we send out. It's a curated list of articles, but they summarize everything. But one of the topics in the email was, do Americans have concert fatigue? So I want to bring this up because, like I said, John and I like to gloat when we're right. When Ticketmaster was doing their dynamic pricing, well, they still are, but when it was kind of getting out of control with Blink-182, with Taylor Swift. It's basically every big name artist.
Anybody that could charge it was charging it.
Right. John and I said, I guess it's okay if you're going to charge that amount. But where it's going to hurt, it's really going to hurt like the mid-tier artists on down. Because if you're spending now $900 a ticket when you're used to spending $50, $60, $70, $100 a ticket, whatever, maybe $200 a ticket, and now you're spending upwards of $900 to $1,700, whatever they were going for, something crazy, you're not going to be able to go to those. You're not going to be able to go to a bunch of concerts throughout the year. So you might, want to see Taylor Swift, but now you're not going to be able to see, those mid-tier artists, those lower-tier artists. You're just not going to have the funds to do that. Well, according to this article, I think we're correct. So let me read it. So again, the article is, well, it's not really even an article. It's just a section in this newsletter. It says, do Americans have concert fatigue? And it goes on to say, more and more musicians are saying the show must go on doesn't apply to them. Jennifer Lopez, Bad Bunny, and the Black Keys are among the major musical artists who have canceled summer concert dates, or in J-Lo's case, an entire tour. On Friday, J-Lo shut down her This Is Me live tour of North America, slated for this summer, saying she wanted to spend more time with her family. Rumors are that her and Ben Affleck are having issues, so maybe she's working through that. But it also goes on to say, but also her shows had been struggling to sell tickets as far back as March. That's been a theme this summer.
She released a documentary or movie, too, that was pretty widely panned.
Yeah, I think it was on Netflix, right?
Well, there's like a movie and then a documentary about making the movie, I think.
Okay. So it goes on to say, that's been the theme this summer. Screenshots of mostly unbought seats on ticket sales websites have gone viral. In Minneapolis, after the Black Keys scrapped a concert last week scheduled for November, the city's Target Center has now been flaked on by 4 different shows this year. Goes on to say, so what's going on? There might be too many mid-acts attempting to tour at once, creating an oversupply of shows. And on the demand side, the post-pandemic attitude of we need to go to this concert might have run its course, especially after Taylor Swift's and Beyonce's mega tours ruled the world last year. Not everyone is being hurt by concert fatigue, though. Olivia Rodrigo and Morgan Wallen are having no problem selling tickets, but again, they're top-tier acts. And bands including Hootie and the Blowfish and Dave Matthews Band are all systems go for their summer tours. So they're probably one of the mid-level acts that are just, they've been around for so long that they're probably not going to be hurting too bad.
Well, I think it's bands that have been around and people aren't nostalgic for yet.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of the bands that are succeeding are those mid-90s to late 90s bands that aren't active and are coming back.
Yeah.
So you look at, like, the New Kids on the Block, that still works. And, like, NSYNC, people are pretty excited about that, those kind of things.
Yeah.
So I just don't think the timing's right.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. And like you said, Hootie and the Blowfish, I don't know if they've really... I think they play like one-off shows every once in a while, but it sounds like they're going on tour. That's huge 90s band from back then. And then, like you said, Dave Matthews Band, they're just huge. Just they've got kind of like a cult following, so they're definitely going to be okay. But
I feel like they've taken some time off and come back too.
Yeah,
so,
maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't follow them, but I think that's the case. If you are a mid-level to lower act, this is just a bad time to tour, I guess.
Yeah, and I think Dave Matthews can really fill that Jimmy Buffett void that's been left.
Yeah. Yep. True. Very true.
Slide right in there.
Yep.
Snag those parrot heads.
Yeah. Just kind of wanted to toot our own horn on that one, John. I do think, though, that the cost of ticket prices is the real reason for this. You know, if there's people that paid thousands of dollars to go see Taylor Swift. Well, they're done for the year, maybe next year for going to
maybe for 5 years.
Yeah, so it's just a wild time. So we'll see. But I did see, I think the Black Keys fired their manager because they had to cancel their tour dates.
I feel like the Black Keys could sell out like moderately sized venues, but they don't need to be tour like they were doing like full size arenas. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I think too. Yeah, that's what they were going to be doing. I think they were going to be doing the arenas, but then they said that they're scrapping the tour, but they're actually just going to pick different venues to play at, more intimate venues. So, smaller venues.
Yeah.
I think their tour is still gonna be a go, but I think everyone who had tickets is getting refunded and just will have to rebuy. At least I believe that was the case from what I read. But yeah.
Hey, you don't want any more bad publicity.
No. No. Okay, so John, there was some other news this week. Spotify is raising prices yet again. I feel like this is the second time they've raised prices within a year. Let me pull up the article. So this is from The Verge. It says Spotify is increasing U.S. prices again. Premium, Duo, and Family plans are all getting price hikes. The second in 1 year. Yeah, there it is. So basically, next month, it says subscribers to Spotify in the U.S. will start receiving an email detailing the price increases to Premium, Duo, and Family plans. Spotify Premium will now cost $11.99 a month, up from $10.99 increase announced last year. So that's a $1 increase. Not huge, but if you're a subscriber to Spotify's Duo, then you can expect to pay $2 more a month. So that's going to $16.99 per month. And the Family plan, which is what we're on, will increase from $16.99 to $19.99 a month. That means the price of a Spotify Duo subscription has jumped by 30% in a year compared to prices before last year's hike. So there you have it.
Well, that money's going to be going to the artists. So,
so that's the thing, right? You would hope, but they said that
it's not just going to go to Joe Rogan.
Right. They said that they are upping the cost so that they can continue to invest in and innovate on our product features and bring users the best experience. They don't mention that they're going to pay artists more, but I do wonder, I feel like there's a bill being passed or being fought for to where these streaming platforms are supposed to pay artists more. I don't know what's going into that. So maybe this is a
bigger chunk.
Maybe this is Spotify getting ready for that. I don't know.
Insulating.
Yeah, just getting ready for it so they can handle that. But I don't know. It got me thinking. I don't like the fact that they're raising their prices, of course, but I understand it. Because if you think about it, man, we've had it so good since 2008. I think that's when Spotify came about. It was free then. Free music. Before then, you had to pay, an album was $12-ish, and you only got 12 tracks. Right now, we pay $12 for an individual plan, and we can have all the music in the world. So, we've had it good for a long time. So I feel like it is time probably for Spotify and even Apple Music and everybody else to raise their prices. I would like to see that money go to artists, though. I feel like most people would be okay paying more if they knew that the money was going to artists. That unfortunately doesn't seem to be the case for this. But I also think, and I have a prediction here, and I'm curious to know what you think, because just like, you know how like all the streaming services out there, you've got your Netflix, your Disney Plus, your Hulu's, whatever, you name it. Those are all for like those cord cutters, right? People were trying to get away from cable because it just costs so damn much. And then people would get rid of cable. But now all those, streaming services, especially like YouTube TV, like the live TV type stuff, those have now increased to the point where they're pretty close to what cable prices were.
Especially if you're going to have more than one thing.
Especially, yes, exactly. So what I'm getting at is and a lot of people have speculated this too, I've seen. People think eventually cable may come back around because obviously the demand for cable is lower. Maybe people will start going back to cable once the price for cable comes down. I don't know. But it got me thinking, if you take that form of thinking, because this won't be the last time that Spotify raises its rates. It just won't. But what I'm getting at is, like maybe cable could come back around and have this full circle moment. I wonder if Spotify ends up going too high, and I don't know what that number is. I think I have a number in my head. But if they go too high, do we see those subscriber numbers start to come down, paying subscriber numbers come down, and then we might see a more physical media demand coming back around to where we start getting back into the vinyl, the CDs. I know vinyl's popular now, but I feel like we could end up seeing that.
It in CDs, but
maybe what about digital download sales? So like the old way of iTunes.
I don't think so. I think like you said, people like owning physical media when it comes to like vinyl.
Yeah.
But I mean, outside of that, I think people find a way to get the music somehow. So
yeah,
whatever the cheapest route is,
I do feel like
come along that's cheaper.
I do feel like what I think would be smarter is if that prediction doesn't come to fruition, and I know artists would love that if the physical media became the popular thing over the streaming. I do feel like Spotify, and I think this is the right answer mostly, especially if they are going to start putting money, like having to pay artists more, which they should. I feel like they're going to have to start inserting ads a lot more. So maybe they even have, a freemium version that is ads, and you get an ad before every song or every 3 songs or something. Like they have to be like ads in your face. Like you're going to get 30-second ads before a song for a freemium. I feel like that Spotify would make so much money from just ad revenue alone there. So I feel like that might be where it ends up going if the price hikes get too high. I think there's going to be a limit to where it's going to be too absurd. I feel like, because I was talking to Emily about this too, I was like, how far do we go? Like music is super important to me. I've said it before. I think it's like one of the greatest gifts we have on earth because it can make you feel certain ways. It can make you happy. It can make you sad, whatever. It's very powerful. And I feel like people find value in it and are more willing to pay a premium for something that has a lot of value. Music's one of those things. I feel like for a family plan, $40 to $50 is probably the highest I would go to where I'd be like, I don't know. That's a family plan, so that's like up to 6 people, I think.
I guess.
But what would be for an individual plan? 25, 30?
20.
You think 20 would be the highest?
Yeah, that's where
they should go.
And you can pretty much listen to anything on YouTube that you want that you can listen to on Spotify.
You're right. Very, very true.
And even YouTube Premium ad-free is significantly cheaper. So,
wow. Yeah, I didn't think about that. So Spotify, I guess, should be careful about going too high because people will just go to YouTube. And YouTube will know. YouTube's probably keeping tabs on that. So, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I'm curious to see where it goes because this is the second price hike in 1 year. We know it's not going to be the last. Eventually, people are going to hit their limit because, like we were talking with the other streaming services for video, Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, YouTube TV, all the streaming services, it's getting expensive. Everybody's raising their rates. Something's going to have to fall.
People returning to, radio.
Right. Right.
It's like people have come back to that, so I don't foresee people like wanting to buy CDs all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's true. But there's still a market out there for vinyl, for CDs. It's just the right person needs to be into that. So
it's the right, especially with CDs. It's the right thing is valuable.
Yeah.
Anything that was like widely issued and popular is pretty cheap still.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. I just wonder. Everybody, reach out on the socials. What is your top limit to what you would pay for a music subscription service like Spotify? I'm curious to know.
What's your number?
What's my number?
Yeah.
My number's...
No, I was just voicing that. Like,
oh, okay. Yeah. What is your number? Yeah, my number's, though, probably $40, I'd say, for a family plan. So
I don't know that I've paid for it ever, so I've always been on somebody else's plan.
Oh, really?
I'm a little whore.
Hey, save that money, baby. All right. Speaking of baby, there was a article.
Congratulations?
Nope, not quite. There was an article. Who had this? Consequence.net had this article. It says, "Who's the dumbass who brought their baby in the pit of Taylor Swift's concert?" So I haven't read this. The article just caught my eye, so I thought maybe we could talk about it and react to it. So let's see. Here's what they say. A baby photographed in the pit of Taylor Swift's concert in Paris has drawn the ire of concerned parents across the internet. The photographs captured the baby lying on the floor of the Paris arena on Friday night, surrounded by adults, beer cups, and bags of concert merchandise. Somebody says, "Not to be one of those people, but I would genuinely call security if I saw a baby in the pit because it is not safe there," wrote one person in response to the photos. Another person shared a photo of the capacity crowd at the venue. Just to paint the full picture, this is general admission at the Paris show tonight, and that baby is somewhere in the floor at this show. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. They have lost their minds.
General admission at all is kind of dangerous.
Dude, I don't know if you're seeing the pictures in this article, but baby is literally just laying on the floor. Not in a car seat, not in like any type of holder, just lying on the floor. It doesn't
have like a cord attached to it, does it?
No. Like an umbilical cord?
Yeah.
No. It goes on to say...
was getting down and just fell out of them.
Yeah. That would be different. Says more than 45,000 people were in attendance for each of Swift's concerts at the Paris Arena, which marked the beginning of the European leg of the Eras Tour. Tickets can obviously blah, blah, blah. So it's just going on talking about nonsense. Yeah. So pictures of the show, jam-packed, wall-to-wall. It's a Taylor Swift show. So sold out, beyond sold out. And this baby is on the floor in the pit. Like... Wow.
Tripping balls.
So I'm all for, like, sure, bring a kid to a concert.
With ear protection, too.
Yeah.
Did it have ear protection?
Oh, let's see. I can't tell. Wait, hold on. I'm going to the Twitter post. Yes, wearing headphones.
Okay, well, I mean, they're the responsible parents on some level.
Yeah. So that's good. But I can't imagine that you want to see an artist so bad that you're willing to bring your little baby to the show. And Swift herself plays for 3 hours, and she's got openers. I don't agree with this at all.
No.
This is nuts.
Yeah, find a sitter.
For God's sakes, yeah. I mean, if you're willing to pay, who knows how much this costs, let's say $1,000.
Or like wear one of them satchels or something to where, if you don't want to hold the thing.
Yeah, really.
Just strap it to your back or something.
For real. Yeah, guys, if you must take a baby, just do it the right way.
One of the many reasons to hate the French, really. If deep down.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, I already didn't like them, but now, just confirmation.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, man, like you said.
There's a reason we stuck them all in Canada. Concert etiquette, that's why.
If you're paying $1,000 for the ticket, let's just say, you have enough money to pay for a sitter for a few hours.
Do you think the baby was charged?
Pay admission?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If they had to get a GA ticket for the baby? I mean, that baby was taking up space.
for sure. I mean, it's not like it wasn't being
This isn't
held, so
like
it was
a
taking
on the
up
lap
space.
situation.
Yep. Nope. I hope they were charged.
Did that baby have a wristband on? Should have been there in the first place.
Let's see. I must see now.
I must.
It could have a wristband, but it's kind of blurry, so I can't tell. I mean, I doubt it has a wristband. But it has something on its wrist, it looks like. Anyways, thought we should
Vial
bring it
of
up
cocaine.
because that yeah. Oh man, just
Was it smoking a
what a
cigarette?
dummy. It was not that I could tell. All right, John. One other thing I want to bring up, since we're on the topic of concerts. Do you think bands or artists, do you think they should be obligated to play the hits at concerts?
No.
Okay, you don't. Billy Corgan does not think so either. He says, you can't live in the past. I don't play any songs I don't want to play. So he doesn't think
You tell
that
him,
you're
Billy.
obligated to play, right? So here's my thing. So you don't think so. I feel like, I don't know if they should feel obligated, but I don't think you can't play any, because I think all concert goers are accustomed to how concerts go. So if I go to see Blink, I'm expecting to hear Damn It. I'm expecting to hear All the Small Things, that sort of thing. Would I like to hear some deep cuts? Absolutely. But, I'm a longtime Blink fan, so I know those deep cuts. But there's a lot of new Blink fans that don't know those deep cuts. So they're definitely expecting to hear the hits. I just feel like if you're going to see an artist for the first time, maybe you've never seen the Smashing Pumpkins play live, but I want to go. I want to hear Today. I want to hear 1979. I want to, I want to hear those songs when I pay money, probably the most money
Billy
it's
would
ever
say
cost
that
to
you
see
should have
them.
seen him in '96 when
Right.
you were 11.
Right. But I mean, I'm paying a premium at this point to go see them. And if this is the first time I'm seeing the Smashing Pumpkins, I want to hear those hits. I want to, and I'm expecting to. If they don't, I'm going to be
I
pissed.
think it's a situational thing. Like, they're playing the state fair this year. You're
Yep.
playing to a state fair crowd. You better play this.
Yeah, I totally agree. But I also think you need to be open about it at first. Tell the fans before they buy tickets that there may be shows where you're not going to hear a hit. You're just not going to hear them. And I'm okay if they don't play all the hits, but they should play most of them. I feel like
ton of hits, really.
no, they got, what is it? Disarm, Today. Let's pull up
Cherub
the
Rock.
catalog. Then of course,
Bullet with
Butterfly
Butterfly.
Wings. Zero.
Zero.
I already said Disarm, Today.
Cherub
Tonight. Cherub Rock. Mayonnaise. I know that's a good one. I can't think of how that
Rock.
goes.
That's a good one. That's off
But-
Pisces the Scary. It's an
but,
acoustic number.
Dude, if they don't play any of those, I wouldn't. And again, I'm not like I like the Smashing Pumpkins, Pumpkins' hits, but I wouldn't know anything besides their hits. So I would be a little upset if I didn't hear any hits at one of their concerts that I paid good money for.
Yeah, I know I said that they have a right to not do it, but the fan also has the right to be upset about it if they're disappointed by it.
Yes.
So.
Oh, they totally. Yeah, the bands they should decide the set list. I totally get that, and especially like they're playing the hits night after night, and I get it gets old, but at the same time, they are so lucky to be able to do what they do, and it's the fans are what made them be able to do this in the first place. So you kind of have to give back to the fans, I think. Again, you don't have to play every hit. If you're tired of playing Today or 1979 or whatever, you could leave that off the list. That's fine. I would be upset if I did not hear those songs, but if I heard the other hits, maybe I'd be okay. But I don't know. Would you be upset if you went to, let's say, again, we've been Green Day and Blink fans for so long, so you'd probably like to go to one of their shows and only hear the deep cuts. But Would you be upset if you went to Green Day and didn't hear any songs from Dookie?
Like if they just played Uno Dos Tre or something.
Yeah, right. Because it's like, well, just because. Because I mean, if they were doing like an anniversary thing, then you should expect to only hear that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, on some level, I probably would be if it was like a legacy act like that.
Yeah.
You expect it from.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
If it's a newer band and they only want to play their newer stuff, then that's fine. And I would expect it. So
yeah.
I try to go in with little expectations to any show, and then you're just less often disappointed.
True. That's true. All right, John, that's all I got for this week. You got anything?
No, I didn't bring anything.
Nothing at all.
I'm a real piece of shit.
Hey, have you heard any good music? It's been like 3-4 weeks since our last thing.
We're excited about the new Dangerous Summer, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
We've heard 3 tracks from them now.
What we need to do is we need to get AJ Perdomo on the show.
Oh, that would be a good idea.
Yeah, let's work on that.
Sounds dangerous.
I've tried reaching out to him. He hasn't responded yet, but I'm going to do my best, guys, to get him on the show.
I also heard a new, what's the name of that band? A Day to Remember.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking hated it.
Oh, you didn't like it? I
No.
thought it was pretty catchy. A lot of people don't like new Day to
So
Remember
was AIDS.
stuff. Oh, man. That's true, and we don't like that at all. That's kind of dangerous. New music. Lolo had a new song. She dropped her new album. And I like what she's doing. She put on older songs.
Lolo.
She put on some older songs on there that already have a bunch of streams already, so that's going to only help boost the album numbers up. So I like that strategy. Who else? Oh, Falling in Reverse had a song released, today, because we're recording this on Friday, June 7th, with Jelly Roll, the country singer. And it's actually pretty good. It's like hard rock meets, like actual hard rock meets country. It's really strangely cool. Like I
think
dig it.
The new Dangerous Summer comes out next Friday, so we'll be able to talk about it on the next episode.
Yep, absolutely. Mest, I think, has some music coming out too soon.
There's a band that better play the hits if you're gonna go see them live.
Oh yes, yeah, Mest, Tony Lovato. You guys got to be playing the.
If you don't play Cadillac, I'll rush the stage.
I love Cadillac. I'm going to go back to real quick here to last week's Unplugged newsletter that I sent out. Because I feel like there was something in there.
Oh, there's something in there.
Let's see.
Did
you see that Burt McCracken from The Used has a solo project now called Robbie the Used?
Robbie the Used?
Yeah, it's all one word, Robbie, because his name's Robert. Robbie the Used.
So, I didn't put that together.
Yeah. A new
I
song
thought it was short
called
for Bertrand.
Bertrand?
Bertrand.
Oh, yeah, I definitely would not have thought of that. But yeah, he released a song called Just a Little Bit. I thought it was pretty good. I'll have to re-listen to it, though, because I don't remember exactly how it goes. Bertha. I feel like there's another song. Oh, did you check out the new Eminem song?
No.
It's pretty good. It's called Houdini. Definitely recommend checking that out.
I figure it's about magic and shit.
Gosh, I feel like there was something else. There was another song somewhere that I was excited about. Because, like, dude, like, recently I've been, like, there's been nothing besides, like, the Dangerous Summer being released that I was, like, I was not getting excited about anything.
My prediction
what is going on?
It's going to be album of the year for us, I think.
I think it is, too. Like, they've just released banger after banger after banger for this album. Ooh, Bearings. They had a new song called Stormy Weather a couple weeks ago. I think I liked that one. Trying to think. I guess maybe that was it.
Oh, there's another one. Maybe it's on my Spotify.
Oh, The Offspring came out with a new song. I bet you won't like it, though. It's called Make It All Right. They announced a new album, too. You're not going to like it. It's not your... It's like pop, pretty much. Pop rock. Anyways, while you're looking, The Offspring also announced a new album going to be called Supercharge, and it's going to be released on October 11th. Their first album since 2021. Cassidy Pope has a new song called I Died. It's not bad.
Friend of the show, Cassidy Pope.
Yep.
It doesn't want to tell me.
Mod Sun's got a new song called Sunshine. It's kind of taken from that 1940 song, You Are My Sunshine. So he takes that in a different direction. Oh, Stand
Is that a
Atlantic
happy
released
song or a
their,
sad song?
I'd have to re-listen to it. I didn't listen to it all the way through. He kind of is rapping on it, so it's not really like pop punk or anything. So it seems like he's kind of
I just
going
meant You Are
back
My
to-
Sunshine. I've never been able to figure out if that's a happy or sad song.
I feel like it's probably... I only know those words, so I feel like it's probably happy because sunshine is
Yeah,
kind of...
you think.
You'd think. But also, Stand Atlantic released their Triple J, like a version cover song of Post Malone's Chemical. So they released that to streaming services, which I thought that was pretty good. 311's got a new song.
Oh.
You're Gonna Get It is what it's called. Not bad. Especially if you like 311, you're gonna like the song. So
Well, I mean, I got married on 311, so obviously.
oh, there you go. There
love
you
that
go.
shit.
But yeah, dude, I haven't been real impressed with a lot of songs that have been released over the last few weeks. So I'm really...
I feel like it's been a slow year.
It has been. It really has been. I mean, there's a few that I've liked. Don't get me wrong, but I haven't been excited about much. So it's kind of like, man, I don't even want to talk about pop punk anymore. But then,
Oh my God.
But then there's something that comes out, and I'm like, okay, we can keep talking about it. But yeah, I'm excited for The Dangerous Summer. I think that is going to be a top contender for album of the year for sure.
It's got a summery feel to it.
It
so
does.
It's well timed.
And dude, AJ is like, his voice, like you can actually feel what he's singing when he's singing it. Like it's genuine, you know? So that's how I feel. There's not a lot of
You believe
a lot
it.
of that. Yeah, you do. You could feel it, man.
Oh,
Just
I felt it.
everything they do. I am interested to see where they go. Our buddy Matt Kennedy doesn't seem to be in the band anymore, so I wonder how much influence he had on their sound. So I'm
Well, I mean, I
to
think
see.
he was a part of at least the writing process for some of this.
Yeah,
so.
he's shown up in the writing credits for all these songs so far, so I'm sure he's all over this album.
Wish
But,
him all the best, of course.
But going forward, I do wonder. Maybe that's something we can ask AJ when he comes on. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe the wound's too fresh.
Maybe.
If there is a wound.
Maybe we
It
won't
doesn't
talk about
necessarily
it
have
at
to
all.
be a wound.
That's
Maybe
true.
there is no wound.
Maybe not. You're only going to find out here on Unplugged, though. So,
Yeah, I mean, we'll ask something.
yeah. That's if we can even get him.
We're not going to ask nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to ask him something.
Yeah.
You better
Hey.
believe that.
Guys, if you got questions, just send them our way. We'll ask him those. They could be anything. We'll ask
I
him.
mean, I can promise you at some point there'll be an awkward silence
Oh, yeah. There always
because
is.
of something I've said.
Yep. Absolutely.
One of my favorite asides on our interviews was when I brought up how Andre the Giant used to have to stamp his shit down in the shower because he could fit on Japanese toilets.
Was that with Happy Days? Is that who we were
No,
talking
it was
to?
with the other podcast and the guy from Houston.
Oh,
Tom.
Yeah, Tom and the boys from High School Never Ends podcast. Yeah, that's right.
It was just 5 people staring at me, and I was just like, "Oh, that."
And me laughing.
Yeah.
Good times, man.
I mean, it's a true story. I didn't make it up.
Nope, you didn't. Only facts here.
He was big in Japan. Well, Andre the Giant was big everywhere, but
His hands were huge. You know who also has huge hands that's a wrestler? John Cena. Just
well, I
gargantuan.
mean, if you want to hide behind him, you better be big.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
Also, Joe Rogan
Yeah,
got fucking cans of fucking ham for hands.
it's like, do you think he always had big hands? Like he had to have, right?
Rogan?
Yeah.
he's always had big paws. They're not big in the sense that they're just big like.
Like John Cena's hands look like they don't go on his body.
I don't know.
So
Have you seen Victor Wembanyama's hands?
who?
Victor Wembanyama.
Don't know who that is.
He's the rookie on San Antonio.
Oh,
It's like
I don't,
7'7".
I don't watch the NBA.
Also, Kawhi Leonard's got enormous hands.
Also a NBA player.
Yeah.
Where did he come from? College wise.
Kawhi went to It's either San Diego State,
No.
I think.
Okay. I thought maybe the
Either
name
that or
sounded familiar. A little bit.
UNLV or San Diego State, one of those schools. One of those teams that's always in the deep in the NCAA tournament that you've never seen throughout the whole year.
Yeah.
Somehow they're good.
Yeah, right. I get you.
I think it was San Diego State, though.
I'll take your word for it. Let's just say it was San Diego State.
No, I'll Google that fucking motherfucker. I don't care.
Real time facts coming up.
Kawhi? Well, I didn't spell Kawhi right.
All right, guys. Well, John's looking that up. I'm just going
San
to say,
Diego State.
look at you, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just going to mention before we go, like I said at the top of the show, there's just it's been a busy week and my mind's been all over the place. There's been a lot of things that I'm like just tired of. One of them's social media. I hate it. I hate the fact that I have to post on there for All Punked Up or the pod and everything. I have been thinking for a long time of just saying, fuck it. Like, I'm not going to post there. So guys,
I think I'm holding on to Facebook until after our reunions this year, and I might ditch it after.
Yeah,
because I'm tired of it too.
I'm going to delete it from my phone.
I'm scared that I'll forget when the reunions are and where they're supposed to be. So I'm going to hold on to it for that, and then might dump it after.
I think I'm going to do the same. It's just there's one thing that I saw where.
Sorry about that.
I don't even really want to get into it too much, but there's one thing that I saw that just kind of put me over the edge. But there was this post that some girl put out there. I can't remember what the post was.
People doing hands in with their cats and dogs?
No.
That's what did it for me.
No.
Oh, okay.
But this basically, Facebook will show you certain comments on certain posts. Like they'll show me a certain comment and you a different comment, like the top comments or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's just a way that, like, it's the algorithm, and I don't like playing that game. It's all just bogus. I think it divides us, and it's just a time sucker. It's just it's stupid. And I feel like for all these creators out there, one day you might be doing great on there, but one day these are going to be gone, and you're going to have nothing left. So my theory is, and like I'm doing with the Unplugged newsletter, which guys really go sign up there, because I'm telling you, I'm going to leave social media. The All Punked Up accounts are probably just going to be lame. They're not going to post anything.
We're going to
just going to be there.
Mail.
But I feel like email's the way to do it. I feel like all the artists need to be grabbing emails, having subscriptions, that sort of thing, because that's the way that you're going to be able to reach literally everybody. The algorithm doesn't allow me to hit all 9,000 followers on Instagram. It doesn't allow me to hit all I don't know how many subscribers or followers we have on Facebook, but 2,000, Twitter, 7,000. It does. I can't reach you all. The algorithm doesn't allow that, but email does. So guys, the best way to stay up to date with all of the news that's happening in the scene, please go to unplugged.allpunkedup.com, sign up. We're not going to throw so many emails out. You're never going to get more than 3 emails a week. What I do is I might write, an opinion piece, but the main 2 are going to be new releases. So that's one. And the other one's going to be news from the week that I think you need to know about. If you're a fan of the podcast, you should definitely sign up for that, because I don't want to say it's like a written podcast version, but it's more of just an extension of the podcast. So I think, if you love the podcast, go sign up, because it's really going to be the only way to stay in the know with what we're doing here and what's going on in the world of music. So, all right. So with that, guys, again, unplug.allpunkedup.com. Go there, sign up. It's absolutely free. So you got nothing to lose.
Before we literally unplug.
Yeah, before we unplug from social media. And I think everybody needs to do that, because there's nothing there that we just keep scrolling. And we're looking for something to feed that itch or whatever it is we're looking for, and we never find it. So
is that why I keep getting Sydney Sweeney articles?
Probably. You need to stop staring at her when she comes up on your feed. You need to just scroll past it real quick, and then it'll stop feeding you Sydney Sweeney and her chest. What?
Yeah, she has a face.
Anyways, all right, guys. So that's going to do it for this episode. So thanks again for tuning in. If you're really digging our show, please consider helping us spread the word and leaving us a 5-star review in Apple Podcasts and/or on Spotify. Those reviews go a long way. And also let us know what you'd like to hear more of. And with that, we're out. Peace.